G'day, my name's Phil Stiles. My student number is 1012683. Obviously this is my online assignment for EDC 1200, Self-Education and Society. In answering the question posed by assignment 2, which is how might education mediate difference and dominance, I am going to use the example of the Cronulla riots from 2005. I know it's a few years ago, but it's still quite topical, I think. Basically, what happened in 2005 was in December the 4th it was, a group of off-duty lifesavers was assaulted by another group of men of Middle Eastern appearance, according to all reports. That's a phrase that keeps cropping up, of Middle Eastern appearance. Prior to the assault, there was a bit of antagonism from both sides. They were eyeing each other off during the day, a bit of name calling, words were exchanged, and it ended in that assault. Following that assault, basically what happened was the situation escalated. It started out as a peaceful protest, but very quickly became an alcohol-fueled cycle of violence, involving attacks and retaliatory attacks, and riots and retaliatory riots from both sides of the argument, encouraged by some neo-Nazi thugs who happened to turn up, and also encouraged by some mob mentality and mass hysteria that was also present over the course of that week or two. In the final wash-up by July of 2006, over 280 charges had been laid against 104 people, 51 from the original riots and 53 from the retaliatory riots that followed. Some of the charges that were laid include malicious damage, use of a prohibited weapon, assaulting police, resisting arrest, threatening violence, affray, and numerous others. The way I would try to incorporate this story is to ask questions of my students. I'm doing a senior teaching degree, a high school teaching degree with a physics major. But if I was to be presenting a class in which I was trying to mediate difference and dominance, come to some sort of agreement or solution, what I would be trying to do is to try and ask my students questions based on the events around that December. As I said before, the phrase that keeps cropping up in all of the media that have reported it, and also from eyewitnesses, is gangs of Middle Eastern, or men of Middle Eastern appearance. And this phrase keeps cropping up again and again and again. One of the questions that I think I should ask, or I think I would ask, does that phrase, Middle Eastern appearance, that word, that underline that word, appearance, does that mean that this ethnic group are being vilified because of their appearance? They've got olive complexion, they've got dark hair, brownish skin. I used to have brown skin and dark hair, believe it or not, when I had hair. So does that mean that these people, this ethnicity, this ethnic group, are being vilified because of the way they look? I would be asking questions like, what is racism? What does that mean? According to my dictionary, racism is defined as a hostile attitude or behaviour to members of other races based on a belief in an innate superiority of one's own race. What does that mean? It means I don't like the way you look, therefore I think I'm better than you are. Or vice versa, I think I'm better than you because I don't like the way you look. So the question would be, what does racism mean? What difference does it make to what a person looks like? From there, we could move on to the issues surrounding a multicultural society, which is what we are. Here in Australia, we're a multicultural society, obviously. What does that mean? most classrooms include students of numerous different nationalities, most classrooms rather that I've been involved with anyway. And one of the questions that I would be asking is, what does it mean to be from a multicultural society? The next question, what does it mean to be an immigrant? Aren't we all immigrants? Most of us, or a lot of us, are from Britain, whether voluntary or forced. We're all immigrants, and that's another issue that I would be raising in my classroom. Now, we've all heard the songs. I'm probably showing my age here when I say this, but we've heard songs from bands like Icehouse, Great Southern Land, John Williamson, True Blue, Cold Chisel, Red Gum, Goanna, Slim Dusty, all of these different bands that sing about Australia. What does it actually mean to be an Australian? The lines are blurred. We used to be from the bush, then we were from the beach. Where are we from now? Who are we as a people? How does the multicultural influence on our society impact on what it is that we call ourselves? How does it impact on what it is to be an Australian? These are some of the issues that I would be bringing up in my classroom to get my students to think about exactly what it means to be an Australian, because we're all Australians, and how does that impact the way we think about other ethnicities, which is really what this was all about. This particular argument was about vilification of a certain ethnic group, basically because of the way they looked, possibly because of the way they were behaving. But how do we define they? Who are they and who are we? Those are the questions that I'll be asking. Thank you.